What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Layover, man. I know y'all expected me to be like, oh, woe is me, and all sick and sad, man. But reality is, I'm sick, but I'm grateful, man. I'm really grateful. It was a good year, man. We had a good run. Game 6, Indiana, just seemed like deja vu 2013, man. It was a tight game. throughout for most part, it was a tight game. I know the score didn't reflect that. It got ugly towards the end, and you hate to see it go like that. Brunson had his worst game. After I say that, Brunson has a bad game, but you know, it was just Indiana's time, man. It wasn't our time. It wasn't time for us. I guess we got more lessons to learn. So the good thing is most of this, the core gonna stay together. So going into the off season, we'll talk about that another time, man. I don't even really want to think about all season. It was just cool to see the Knicks playing this late in May. Normally, you know, about this time, I'm talking about the draft lottery and shit. I'm talking myself in the free agency, like, me and my mans, we chopping up, trying to cook up, like, yo, who the fuck can we get? Like, what can we do, man? And, we throwing conspiracy theories around and all types of shit. But to be able to be playing right before, to make it this far, it's like I hate moral victories, but at the same time, it's like you got to take the progress, man. We were knocking on the door of the Eastern Conference Finals. We couldn't break through. We broke through. We beat Boston. We knocked the champs off. A rival at that, but we knocked off the champs. And Boston always been, Boston been always the golden standard. Them and the Lakers in the NBA, they've been the gold standard. The Celtics specifically in the East, they've been the gold standard. So to be able to knock them off, and I mean gold standard by historically, they got the most championships. So, but to be able to knock them off, it felt like once we beat them, it felt like it was green lights. And to lose the Indy feels disappointing because you beat Boston with the expectation, okay, we beat Boston, so now that we beat Boston, we going to the finals. Didn't quite work out that way, but, that's just how it goes. That's sports, man, We're going to be thinking about that game 1 for a long time. It didn't come down to just game 6. It came down, it all started game 1. And unfortunately, we blew a 20-point lead and they took advantage of it. And there was nothing we can do about it, man. It wasn't nothing we could do about it. It was like we were fighting an uphill battle the entire series, and it just bit us. The Knicks been playing like that all year. We've been coming from behind. We've been fighting. The team's always going to fight. They're going to play hard. They're going to play tough. Congratulations to the Pacers. It's a team I hate, but at the same time, it's like, a spade is a spade. They won. They beat us. They took us out. They deserve to be there. They did what they were supposed to do. They handled their business. Pascal Siakam won Eastern Conference Finals MVP. I thought it was funny as hell that Halliburton walked up like he was supposed to get the trophy. I ain't gonna hold you. But real shit, Pascal was killing us that entire series. Pascal was killing us, man. Spicy P was busting ass, man. And I gotta give him credit. He was kicking ass. And you can't really be mad at that. We just didn't, I think Josh Hart played the worst series that he's ever played. That was the worst stretch of basketball he's ever played as a Knick. And it was a bad time. Mitchell Robinson Mitch was dominating on the offensive rebounds, man. He was dominating on the offensive boards. We got a OG sighting in the second quarter. OG goes nuts. We just couldn't put it together, man. And they had a game plan, they executed, and at the end of the day, it just is what it is. Now we got an off season to think about it. The off season isn't as long as it typically is. So, I guess you look at it that way, try to be optimistic about shit, and you just gotta take it for what it is. They earned it, they deserved it. We just weren't able to come up with the stops. We weren't able to come up with buckets. It felt like when we got it close, Deuce McBride hit a 3. They called it out of bounds. It would have made it a 6-point game. and just shit like that. So we caught a couple breaks throughout the postseason, and you expect that stuff, and that stuff just comes around. We caught some breaks, and this time the breaks didn't go our way, and now we at home. So now we got a lot to think about. It's already like we should trade this guy. Like, man, we ain't even 24 hours out, man. Let's just chill. Let's just let it sink in, man. See, I think on the outside looking in, a lot of NBA fans, basketball fans would look at it and think like we're sick. Like, as a Knicks fan, you can't be, man. Like, this team has been garbage I've been a fan since I was 6. I've said it multiple times. This team has been garbage the majority of my life. So, I remember winners of, we had Enes Kanter and Trey Burke. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was our team. Like, we had got, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have the most talent, and fast forward now to look at the team that we got, and going forward, it's like it's old orange and blue skies. You know what I'm saying? Like, going forward, I know we're gonna be good. This is the first year that we had back-to-back 50-win seasons since the 90s, man. Like, since actually 99, 2000, really. We haven't had 50, actually no, because we didn't win, because 99 was a short season. So, yeah, since the 90s, man. Like, I never witnessed this, to win 50 games back-to-back, to be a high seed, to have home court advantage. It's just so much that you can just look at and just be like, damn, this was the best season that I've witnessed, So it sucks, it's bittersweet, but at the same time, you just you understand that, like, we going forward, moves are going to be made. I trust Leon Rose. If you don't trust Leon Rose at this point as a Knicks fan, then what are you doing? You got to trust the front office. I know we all got complaints about Tibbs. This shit that Tibbs does that pisses me off. I felt like he waited too long to play Landry Shamet and DeLon Wright. It might sound like not no names to nobody else, but if you watch Knicks basketball, you know that we should have been going deep in that bench. We should have been trying other things, and it was always like early in the series, you seen Carlisle do that, and then Tibbs kind of by force had to start going to like Shamet and Wright and Achua, and it's like those guys have been sitting there. It's just about shaking things up, man. And, the Pacers got our number. That's 2 years in a row. Last year, it was all, well, hey, man, they got us because we were hurt, So now it's like, okay, what's the reason now? And now they got us. We was healthy. Everybody was healthy. Everybody was good to go, man. And, man, fuck. Just sucks to lose. It just sucks to lose, man, when we were right on the doorstep, man. So Pacers go on, they go play Oklahoma City. I also seen this too. I feel like it's kind of bullshit too. Like, people were like, I ain't watching that. And I'm like, why not? Like, why not? Like, why not? Why not watch that? I know it's not the sexiest names in there, but why not watch it? It's gonna, I'm definitely not rooting for the Pacers. I'm not rooting for the Pacers at all. But hey, we come back better next year, man, and we see what happens. We go through the off season. Like I said, it's a shorter off season this year, so we can make some moves. We can see what happens. We can retool the bench. We really can't do much with the starting lineup. I know I seen a lot of Giannis and Cat things. We'll get to that, man. We'll get to that type of shit. I think that's kind of one of those things, another one of those like dreams that they selling Knicks fans. I wouldn't say dreams because we don't need it no more, but it's always a scenario they selling the Knicks fans. Like, whenever somebody's a free agent or somebody's on the trading block, the first thing is boom, hey, they're going to the Knicks. Like, and then it doesn't happen. Knicks fans ain't falling for it no more. Me personally, I was done with that shit once KD happened. Once that KD shit went down with me, I was like, all right, they just playing with us. Like, it's never going to be a guy. Until the guy decides, hey, man, I want to be a New York Knick, man. Like, my big homie always say, man, like, until the ink is dry. Till the ink is dry. Every time. He always says every summer, like, hey, man, we ain't doing shit till the ink is dry, man. So, OG Knick fan, he been doing this for 40 years, man. So he already know what's up. He telling you, like, nah, bro. He like, hey, man, hey, we gotta wait till the ink dry. They always using our name. So shout out to the Pacers, man. But more importantly, fuck the Pacers. And shout out to the Knicks, man. Thank you for giving us a great season, man. Thank you for giving us a great season. Thank you for letting us cheer for a really good basketball team, man. It's been such a long time that I've been able to be this excited about the Knicks going forward. Actually, I've probably never been this excited going forward. I don't have to go play bullshit scenarios. I don't have to go look at all these scenarios and like, man, can we make the playoffs? You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Knicks, man. Shout out to them for giving us a fun season, something that was just so memorable. I caught them a couple times this year in person, so I can say that I got to watch this team in person, and it was fun, man. When I caught them, they didn't lose, so that was great too. So man, yeah, man. So shout out to the Knicks, you know, and going forward, you know, we'll see what happens. This is going to be a hot summer. It's going to be a lot of movement going around with a lot of teams, and we'll see what type of mix we get in. So thank y'all for listening. And it's still orange and blue skies. I don't know why y'all think this shit is any different.